Right lads, here we are. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Flamengo. Today is Copa Libertadores first group game. We've been given a nice draw. We were seeded first as well, I think. So that has helped. We've got a shit ton of transfers to look at. We have had some fantastic business. Probably the best bit of business I've done across all my saves so far, I think, on FM19. So we'll dive into that in a minute. I just didn't want to have a spoiler on screen. Money-wise, we're looking pretty good. We have got a lot of money in the bank. £32.5 million in the bank. Now, I have been told by the league that we're getting around 40 million a year in terms of TV money, which I think is relatively the same as last year. However, this also popped up that the club signed a £42 million a year deal, 210 million in all, 5-year deal, individual TV deal. Now, I can't work out because the league season hasn't started yet, whereas that is the same as what the league are giving me, or am I getting that from the league and then my own TV individual deal? Because I wouldn't understand why that would necessarily be in there if the league are giving me a share of their TV money. Do you know what I mean? So like in the Premier League, Man United get, God knows, a 90 odd million I get for them every season. That doesn't show up necessarily in there. So does that mean that I'm getting two lots? It bugs me because I never know how the finances are going to be. I want to know so I can just plan. I like to make sure we have a nice clean bit of finances and we can also save and get some bigger and better players than we already have in the squad for next year. So I always like to know, especially stuff like that. 42 million quid is a lot of money. But anyway, if you do know, let me know in the comments. Muchly appreciated. Let's dive in to the transfers. We're going to do the outs first. Here we are. First one, Vitinho. We're only going to do the absolute key players from the ones going out because we've had so many sort of like reserves and that we've released. So, Vitinho, he was on a lot of money. We got a bit of cash, 4 million quid. He was well behind De Resta and also Bruno Henrique. So he has gone. Giovanni Dos Santos, we didn't get hardly anything for him. What did we get for him? 2.6. He was rated at £10 million, which I thought was an absolute weird price because he was never rated 10 million quid. We got 2.6 for him off the books. Considering we got him on a free just the season before, I don't think we've done too bad there. Next one, Rene, not bad. In terms of attributes, I have got a youngster, Michael Rangel, that I wanted to be my backup to Tracao. So Rene went. We got 1.6 million for him. Once again, he did have a decent season for us, but I'm really keen on these sort of like 4-5-star potential youngsters, giving them plenty of game time this year. Another one, Rodney. He had an absolute nightmare for us at the start of the season. We have also got two excellent young fullbacks in Clabinho and Mazzazuni or something to back up Rafinha, so there was no need to have him. He was valued at sort of like 5 million, but we got him off the books, 1.6 million. And the other one, Diego Alves, he was causing me problems all throughout the season. In the end, he did want to stay. He was on about 45 grand a week as well, so we've managed to get rid of him. What did we get for him? 1.2 million. Bearing in mind we paid 275k and we've made a profit on him, and he's 34. We haven't done bad. Right, we're going to go to the ins. There's a fair few. We're going to start little and then we'll work our way up higher and higher and higher and higher till you get that marquee signing that I think we've signed. First one, youngster, free transfer, Clovis Lima. We got him on a free towards right at the end of the season. He's only 15 years old. He's a centre half, but he's 5'9". But he's rated potential 5-star, current ability 2-star. So we'll just see how he gets on. His jumping reach isn't great. I don't know how big they actually grow from the age of 15 up to sort of like your 20, 21. But we'll see. There's the first one, Clovis Lima. It does get better than that. Here's Ramirez, the youngster that we got at the end of last season. Another one on a free, 2.5-star. He's in the first team squad. He's a little bit unfortunate because we are strong, very strong in this area. But he does have the opportunity to play in a couple of positions. Maybe the two wide areas and also playing in the middle of the park as well. Another freebie. Alson, a 16-year-old, we picked up. Our chief scout picked him up, so they went ahead with a deal. It's not cost as much. 74k. we've got him in. Ball winning centre midfielder, bravery 17, acceleration 16, teamwork, work rate. We just get a few of these technicals up over the next sort of like 4 years. He may turn into an half decent player. Another youngster, pressing forward, 15 years old, rated potential 5-star. Another one who's just sort of like not had a club. Our scout picked him up. We're paying him 35 quid a week. So it was worth the risk. He's not bad. His technicals as a pressing forward, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Obviously, strength isn't great, but at 15 years old, his pace and stamina acceleration isn't too bad. Right, first transfer in, Joe from Grampus in Japan, ex-Manchester City player. For some reason, his stats and stuff aren't on from Manchester City, but you should know him. I think he also played for Everton as well at some point. 925k. We needed a centre forward to link up with Lincoln and Barbosa, who we've managed to renew. So that gives us the option of having 3 rotating strikers in there. He's not had a great start, but we're paying him 7.75 grand a week. I think, to be fair, it's a decent bargain. We have a really good Brazilian theme going on in the transfers this summer. So we've got a really good core of Brazilian players in the squad. So there's the first one. It does get better. Malcolm, we've got Malcolm back on loan. At the end of the season, we tried to renew it. We automatically got to renew Barbosa's, no problem at all, 54k a week. But Barcelona said they were going to give him game time, so we couldn't do it. And then towards the end of the transfer window, towards the end of pre-season, should I say, he became available, and we're paying 26 grand a week for him. Very good. He did improve for us as the season went on. He played a couple of games for Barcelona, did quite well. We are very, very fortunate with the players that we've got in the attacking position. So he may struggle a little bit to even get some game time, but we'll see. So there is Malcolm. Lucas Silva, next one in, another Brazilian from Real Madrid. Half-back, he's going to be playing for us. He can also play in this role if we need to. Pretty good across the board, all sort of like 14s and 15s. 6 foot, £2 million from Real Madrid. He was on loan at Cruzeiro last year, didn't have a great season, but for what we want, I think he's going to be class. I'm really chuffed about having Lucas Silva in. Next one, on loan, only on loan, so we can't get too excited. Eder Militao, the new Real Madrid centre-half. I think they've paid about 50, 60 million quid for him, haven't they? In the game, they've paid 42 million for him. He's made a quite decent start for us, bearing in mind we have played a fair few of these sort of like state championship games, but for a centre-half, he's had 2 goals and 3 assists, so he's not done badly, has he? He has not done badly. He's going to be obviously our star centre-half. 28 grand a week, no sort of like upfront payments or anything like that. He can play wing back, but we are playing him as a centre-half. That's where we're playing him. Eder Militao. Now, next one is the marquee signing, club record. I think it rises up to £20 million. David Neres from Ajax, the kid who's done so well at Ajax in the Champions League this season. A couple of European clubs were sniffing around him. Because we won the league, we seem to get a lot of exposure, a lot of Brazilian players, so even the better Brazilian players. We had Richarlison, Willian at Chelsea, were all potentially interested in coming. They're on the sort of like the player search, which they weren't in the first season. So winning the league has helped us. It starts off at about 15 mil and then rises. I think we're paying 2.5 for the next couple of years just to get it in over the line. He's only played a couple of games. It was quite a last minute deal, but Brazilian, 23, inside forward on that right hand side. I think for Flamengo, the business that we have done this year is absolutely superb. Every single one of them Brazilian as well. We've spent 24. We got 11.5, but bearing in mind the season before we made a profit of over 20 mil, we're still sort of like in the transfer, we're still in the plus. And to get the quality, I know there was a lot of loans. I know Malcolm was on loan. Barbosa obviously is not on the list. He's on loan as well. And Militao. But if we can just get a couple of Brazilians on loan and then try and snap up the occasional David Neres, Lucas Silva, all of decent ages, maybe a couple of guys that are getting towards the end of their career, I think we have the potential to really dominate, not just in Brazil, but really have a crack at the Copa Libertadores, which we're going to get on with pretty soon. Quick look at the fixtures. We played no friendlies. These are all the state championship games. We are in the state championship final of the sort of like the opening phase as it is. That's in 2 days' time, so that'll be a completely rotated squad. Our Copa de Libertadores group has been pretty kind. A team from Venezuela, a team from Peru who we're playing today, and Deportivo Cali from Colombia. So no real big Argentinian teams, which I think is key. Right, let's get into the game. We're playing Sport Huncanya. Yeah, that's who we're playing. So let me know in the comments what you think to the business that we have done. Bearing in mind we were signing players like Dos Santos and stuff. This is the tactic that we're going with so far. We're actually giving Bruno Henrique a go on the left. His average rating for the start of the season in the state championships is 8.92. So he deserves a little bit of a run out. Lincoln is probably going to be our backup striker. We've got Barbosa in there, who has not done great so far, but he has sort of like been on the outskirts. I'm giving the opportunity to score, to get on the score sheet today. He was our leading goal scorer last year, but I do think we can get more out of this role if we can get this man firing on regular form. He is try not to get too excited about the stats. 3 goals in 4 games is pretty good for him, but we are playing teams in sort of like the 2nd tier, the 3rd tier and the 4th tier in our group in the state championship, so we can't get too excited. So today's team is Cesar, Rafinha, Militao, Chao, Tracao, Silva, Willian Ario, Dominguez, David Neres, Bruno Henrique, Gabriel Barbosa, and we've got some quality on the bench. Here we go. First highlight of the game. We should be strong. I've had a look to the odds before the game, but I imagine we're strong favourites for this. I'm hoping we are anyway. We had an absolute disaster, didn't we, in the Copa Libertadores last year? An absolute disaster. Not even qualifying. I think the board is expecting us to get into the semi-finals, I think. Here we go, Rafinha. Barbosa. Crossing, it's cleared. And we're going to get it back though, Chao. Sweeps it out to Tracao. Enrique. Ario. Barbosa. Neres. Goal. Keeper's not been able to keep hold of it. There is Neres. His first goal for the club. Doesn't look too happy about it. Let me know in the comments. David Neres. All you Flamenco fans, what would you think to David Neres coming back to Brazil at the age of 23, 24? I think he's obviously going to go on to probably bigger and better things in Europe than Ajax. Here we go, Barbosa. Ario. Neres has gone for it himself. It was big deflection. Keeper saved it. And we're in full control of the game. Let's demand a little bit more. Dominguez. Lucas Silva. Nice football. So at the start in 11, we've only got 2 foreigners. The left back and Dominguez, who's Argentinian. I think Tracao's Peruvian, I think. It was just putting a deep cross to Neres. Saved. Rebound. Saved. Cleared. We're absolutely bossing it. Let's push forward. So I do think I've built a really strong squad. The amount of games that you play, especially the first half of the season, especially with the Copa Libertadores as well, the Brazilian Cup. I think I've kind of built pretty much 2 really strong teams. Not so much that I'll have 2 separate teams, but the opportunity of 2 players in every single position. We have got a couple of youngsters as well. Rinya, the guy who's has been linked to Arsenal today, he's in the squad as well. Oh, just wide from Enrique. So we need to give players as many minutes as we possibly can to keep them happy. Ideally, I want to be more than 1-0 up. We're just going to see what happens when I bang it onto attacking. Half an hour to play. Let's get Lincoln on. Let's go Malcolm on that side. I don't think he's favourite going on that side. We go Militao. Dominguez. We get another. I'd like to get the youngster on as well. Rinya, I'll show him in a minute. Ariao. Neres, good tackle. Oh no, the ref's giving a penalty. Oh, he's going VAR. No, it wasn't a foul. It was a good tackle. There's 1 minute of our life we'll never get back again, but never mind. We may struggle. Obviously, we've dominated the game a little bit. We've had 10 long shots out of the 22. We may just struggle because obviously they're playing 4 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders. They are playing quite defensive. So we do maybe struggle to break teams down a little bit. Right, last 10 minutes. Let's get the youngster on. Rignier. He's not bad for an 18-year-old. He is sort of like our hot prospect. He's already playing at under 20 level. So I want to give him as much game time as I possibly can without it affecting Dominguez's development. We go 90th minute. We don't want to give them a sniff, do we? Rignier's played a long switch and has put us under pressure. We're going to win it back though. Ariel. Neres. He's found Lincoln. Just put it out to Rafinha. Neres. Switch to Tricao. Rignier. Ariel. Rafinha. Oh, it's cleared. Lucas Silva. Ooh. It did just skim the top of the bar. But that should be that. 20 seconds. We might just get one more here. No. No, don't give them a chance. They've got a break on here. 10 seconds of the game to go. Get a tackle in. Good tackle. There we go. That should be game, set, and match. Neres is going to run the clock down for us. And there it is. Final whistle. In terms of episodes, not the most fantastic game that you have ever seen from us. A little bit disappointed we haven't been able to put on a show. But hopefully you enjoyed the transfer bit. As I said, now we're going to kick on. We'll kick on right through to the start of the season. I'm hoping the Copa Libertadores run isn't too bad. We can sort of like get through that without too much problems. And then we'll come back at the start of the Brazilian season. We'll have the Cup Championship. Hopefully we'll win that, which I think we will. I think we're going to be so much stronger than most Brazilian sides this season. So guys, that is it. If you've enjoyed today's episode, I would appreciate drop a bloody like in there. Subscribe if you are new, and we will see you next Saturday for the next episode of Flamenco. Cheers guys. Thanks for watching.